Haley. I'm bisexual, I'm transgender, and I hate pride flags. This video is very long. If you want to go straight to the part where I design the new flags, skip to this timestamp. If you want to listen to me explain why I hate pride flags, just keep watching. I have a long history doing vector art and flat design. Graphic design is unironically my passion, so I think I know a thing or two about vexillology. And as such, I find the state of pride flags to be a disappointing mess. I'm also a transgender woman who came out, got evaluated by a psychologist, and I started medically transitioning in 2019. I entirely go by feminine pronouns and do all my daily interactions as a woman. In other words, I am the very model of a genuine transsexual. First of all, what even is a pride flag at this point? Can anyone tell me? Wikipedia says a pride flag is any flag that represents a segment or part of the LGBT community. On the other hand, there are flags that are called pride flags for things that clearly are neither sexualities nor gender identities. For example, BDSM, leather, rubber, dragon, polyamory, super straight, and intersex. Yes, I know there is some overlap between transgender and intersex, but there are different concepts, and intersex people generally still want to be seen as their assigned gender, so shut. Just look at the wiki that calls itself LGBTQIA plus wiki, or the subreddit r/queervexillology, and there's a garbage patch that rivals the Pacific Ocean. So the more colloquial meaning for pride flag is more like a flag that shows your pride to belong in, support, or be otherwise connected to any sort of community. That makes me ask, is the Confederate flag a pride flag? It shows the bearer's pride of being a descendant of the Confederacy. Is the communist flag a pride flag? It shows the bearer's pride of belonging in the community that discusses and promotes communist theory. Is England's flag a pride flag? It shows the bearer's allegiance and support of the country, or at least their national football team.
Come on, England!
For the rest of this video, I'll be using the narrower Wikipedia definition of pride flag, and we'll be calling the other flags tangential flags or community flags. A large part of the problem with pride flags today is that there are so damn many of them for the same thing or nearly the same thing. There are at least 4 competing versions of the rainbow one in use right now. The 6-stripe one, the black and brown 8-stripe one, the ugly 11-color one, and the even uglier one. It's a mess. There's also a bisexual flag, but it's almost never seen anymore because of the fragmentation between pansexual, polysexual, and omnisexual. I recognize that a tectonic shift has been in progress surrounding LGBT terminology in general, or at least the soil liquefactionic shift, but there's no agreed upon definition for pansexual, let alone the other two, that meaningfully distinguishes itself from just being bisexual. It seems, at least in my experience listening to pansexuals, that the word pansexual is only widespread because either they think bisexual is somehow trans or non-binary exclusionary, which it isn't, or because they like the pan flag better. The micro-label flags need to go, for the sake of unity and community. Let's not highly publicize symbols that stoke divisions before we can work on a unified identity from which to workshop meaningful categories. Speaking of micro-labels, just as it is common for people, mostly kids and teens, to try to look up or coin impractically specific gender labels, it's common for those same kids to make up their own pride flags. And it's the direct opposite of what flags are actually for. Flags started out as those pennants that armies used to distinguish their own soldiers from the enemy's soldiers. The purpose of flags today is much the same. Flags are a banner that a group of people can share, recognize, and rally behind. Flags are a shared idea, not a personal logo. Another problem is that most of them are some number of horizontal stripes. When I looked for Reddit posts about what people think of the pride flags, this came up a handful of times, so you can see that it's a reasonably common complaint. This could be a matter of, for lack of a better term, consistent branding and brand recognition amongst the lions in the pride. I get that flags made of horizontal stripes are some of the easiest to produce, the most adaptable to any aspect ratio, and the most recognizable lengthily hanging off a flagpole, especially tricolors like Russia or bicolors like Poland. However, when more and more stripes get added, the number of colors increases. That exponentially runs the risk of one clashing with another, or the colors all blending into an indistinct gradient. With most pride flags having at least 5 stripes, I argue most of them are either muddy or hazy. So just use other design motifs than horizontal stripes then? Unfortunately, that doesn't fix the problem with using too many colors, like Whatever the hell happened here? It overwhelms people. It's frankly depressing that the only major pride flag that doesn't entirely consist of horizontal stripes is this visual representation of how it feels to hit that specific corner of your elbow. Should I keep talking about the ugly rainbow flag? I need to talk about the ugly rainbow flag. I dare say the 6-striped rainbow flag is perfect. Yes, I know I just ragged on flags entirely consisting of more than 4 stripes, but since the design is so simple, and the colors are in a logical and consistent order, it manages to actually look good. As for meaningful symbolism, it's also perfect. It literally stands for the whole spectrum. It is designed to include everyone who deviates from the black and white of the cis heteropatriarchy. It can even represent the promise from God that He'll give us a world worth living in after He flooded the earth and killed everyone except for one family. Hell, I almost prefer it over the original 8-striped Baker flag because 1, pink is not in the visible light spectrum, and 2, I find that the brightness zigzag between bright yellow, dark green, bright turquoise, dark indigo, and bright purple is pretty jarring. The new flag is divisive and implies that the rainbow does not represent all of us. Let me explain. Meet the national flag of Ireland. The green stripe on the hoist side symbolizes the Roman Catholics, the orange one on the fly side the Protestants who supported William of Orange, and the white one in the middle symbolizes the peace and union between them in Ireland. So Catholics, peace, Protestants, got it? But their 2022 census says that 14.8% of the population has no religion, with a combined 2% having another religion altogether. Does that mean Ireland should update the flag with another stripe for the atheist, the star and crescent for Muslims, the Om sign for Hindus, etc.? Do you see these minorities campaigning for that change? Of course not. Ireland's flag is simple, recognizable, and most of all, symbolic of the country as a whole, like leprechauns, fiddlejigs, and stouts. Just because the components of the flag's design don't mention non-Christian Irishmen, it doesn't mean that they can't rally behind it, claim it as their own, and have a heartfelt attachment to it. The rainbow flag with a loud pile say fuck that. First, they added black and brown in response to changing trends and a focus on intersectionality with racial minorities in the gay community, which unfortunately implies that LGBT people of color weren't a part of the community before or now. And as if that weren't bad enough, they also added the colors of the trans flag, aqua, pink, and white, to re-represent transgender people, who, must I remind you, are literally represented in the term LGBT. Personally, I feel that this has given the trans community, and by extension, me, a greater amount of attention, which I find that has been mostly negative, thanks to the shooters, flashy musicians, and perverted teachers gathering most attention. For the sake of brevity and sensitivity, I will not get into the specifics, and the reactionary laws being drafted and weaponized in response to those bad apples. The rainbow was already a perfect symbol for the intersectionality between non-normative sexuality and gender. We don't need this vile, noisy baggage. Eschew it and denounce it. We just need to return to our idealistic symbol of unity, harmony, and coexistence. And speaking of transgender, I hate what the transgender flag has come to represent. Sure, my channel theme colors basically scream, I'm trans, look at me. But it's that same thirst for attention and ravenous hunger for representation in media, canonical or imaginary, that is a big part of my disdain for the pastel flag. Terminally online TikTok brains will look at any character wearing pastel colors and go, trans! Literacy be damned. They throw tantrums when anyone gives valid criticism of their actions. They love to gatekeep anyone who even suggests gatekeeping is good. The irony being completely lost on them. I see too many transgender girls and boys, and not enough transgender men and women. The reason I hate the flag that represents this infantile crybullying is that it looks just as childish. No, not childish, it's babyish. Seriously, you want the colors of the trans flag? Image search baby pink, baby blue, and baby powder. I'm not a baby, I'm a grown-up. Theoretically, pastel trans flag calls to mind little babies and infantile man-children who can't or won't behave like adults. The man-children who harass people over Twitter for wanting to play a video game that happens to be based on a movie based on a book written by a TERF. Never mind that the game has a canonical trans character in it. The man-children who cry out transphobe whenever anyone says anything disapproving of them or their pastel flagged Discord server. I believe that the flag's pastel colors subconsciously encourage acting like a big crybaby. I outgrew the pastel flags in more ways than one. I want a flag for the transgender adults. On the bright side, I have the design knowledge to make my ideal flags real. I have Inkscape, the almost perfect vector design software. I have a list of flags to make and a vision for each of them. In short, I may not have any job experience as a vexillologist, but what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. So reality can be whatever I want! I feel lukewarm at best about most pride flags, but I see lots of potential. As the flag expert Ted Kay says, in every bad flag, there's a good flag trying to get out. He wrote Good Flag, Bad Flag, which popularized the 5 guidelines of good flag design. I wrote down a list of ground rules with a sprinkle of those guidelines and a heaping spoonful of my complaints about current pride flags. Then I livestreamed, for the one person who replied my tweet saying they'd watch it, my design process of redesigning the pride flags. Plus a surprise tangential flag that isn't strictly LGBT, but regardless is very important and deserves to have a recognizable, symbolic banner to rally under. If you aren't interested in the process and just want to see me present my results, skip to this timestamp. Otherwise, now scripted Haley will leave and let unscripted Haley do the talking. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm going to redesign the pride flags. I've set up a couple of ground rules. Basically, these are codified versions of what I don't like about the current pride flags. 1, absolutely no more than 6 stripes. I feel like a lot of pride flags are really busy with horizontal stripes and nothing else going on. So I want to change that because there are a lot more creative things you can do on a flag, you know. Okay, number 2, must look good in 16:9, 4:3, and 1:1 circle ratio. So flags are first and foremost like banners that wave in the wind, but in this day and age, flags are more seen as symbols, like posters and badges that you see online on the screen or just plastered on the wall indoors. So ideally, you should be able to do double duty as a waving flag and a wallpaper, as well as a profile pic. Number 3, symbols must be meaningful and simple. As cool as everyone thinks Wales' flag is, I find it hard to work with because who has time to draw a dragon? Number 4, no confusable or duplicate flags. There is a point in being related, but if I can't take one look at one of the flags and not be confused with 3 different, barely different synonyms, that would be great. And number 5, no weird shapes. This is an extension of the number 2 rule, but yeah, let's keep Nepal and Ohio exceptions to the rule, you know. Okay, I've already, gotten the rainbow. I mean, it has 6 stripes, but I feel like it's visually striking and distinct, so I would like to keep it, but it's kind of too gaudy, you know, too in your face. Thank goodness the Seychelles flag is 5 stripes. Yeah, I feel like the Seychelles flag is basically the pride flag, but radially, from one corner. Ooh, it's in this order. Nice contrast. I like how neighboring colors have high contrast. Blue, red, and green are dark, yellow and white are light, and the colors are pretty muted too, so I've made the colors kind of slightly pastel, you know, because the version of the rainbow flag that we use right now, I feel like it's pretty loud and noisy. And that's just hard on the eyes, so I'm just going to mute them back and make it a nice gradient of brightness so that closer to the edges it's darker and closer to the center with the yellow stripe is the lightest, so it actually kind of looks visually coherent. People have already gotten to work with the Seychelles flag, Lamel, Reddit.com, Vexillology, Circle Jerk. I'm not going to use that. For comparison, the version that they have on Wikipedia looks like that. The green is really dark. I think compared to this, the green and blue should be both lighter and both kind of muted. I'm happy with this rainbow flag coloration, but I would love to keep it just the Pride Parade symbol because it's too flashy for my liking, and I imagine a lot of LGBT people would rather not be associated with flashy stuff. You just want to exist and have legal recognition, you know? Anyway, I'm planning to make a separate LGBT flag later on. I'm just going to keep this for later. I have an idea, but I am not sure on the details just yet. So, we already have a gay men's flag and a lesbian flag. Actually, the lesbian flag, I think, came first, and then the gay men's flag was modeled after that. I actually like that symmetry, so yeah, let's just look up what those flags look like. So the lesbian flag has 2 variants like that. These both have 7 flags, so they violate my ground rules. And I think there's a blue and green gay flag. There's this one. There's also this one with slightly different tones of green and blue. I feel like this color scheme actually works well. So yeah, my original complaint was, why are the lines straight? I mean, it's a dumb pun, but it's still a symbolism thing, you know? Don't worry, I have the solution. Okay, these are not the right proportions. Okay, I'm kind of confusing myself. I have a off by 1 pixel error. You see where I'm going with this? Yeah, the colors really need tweaking, but I feel like this is a good starting point. Why'd I have to fight Inkscape snapping controls? Okay, the circle one kind of looks like Google Chrome. Let's make the contrast a bit better. Microsoft Edge logo. I don't know the logo because I've never actually used it. Okay. I see where you're coming from. My next mission is to make it look less like this. Let's try, First, I'm gonna change the proportions. Should I try adding, like, another stripe around here? Maybe make it this stripe's continuation. What do you think? You know, I'm not sure if this is an improvement or a degradation. You know what I'm gonna try? I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees. Yeah, let's go back to... Yeah, that's a bit better, I think. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Yeah, the stripes going around and forming a circle is, it's a symbol. Spiralistic design of flag is only have seen in unused or proposed flags, an interesting concept. Yeah, it is. Like, I feel like this is an opportunity for meaningful symbolism because the stripes are forming a circle together. Circle being a symbol of peace and unity. Because the stripes aren't straight, that's also another, like, pun meaning. This whole thing could mean like a handshake, a hug, or something more intimate, you know? I feel like it's a meaningful symbolism to put in a flag about who you love, you know? And let's copy that same shape and change the color palette. I feel like more flags should embrace curves, you know? And we have a new set of redesigned homosexual flags. I feel like the circle ones could be even off-centered like this. Let's turn the grid off and look at it again. I'm actually quite happy with this, you know. Moving on to the bisexual flag. This is the flag that we actually have right now. I like the 2 to 1 to 2 stripe width, but I feel like the colors really need more contrast. I feel like the relative brightnesses of the top and the middle one are kind of too close to each other, so I would either like to make the middle brighter or darker. I'm gonna go with brighter and make the top part a bit darker too. I feel like the overlap idea actually kind of doesn't really show, like, reflect the color space that I'm working in. So it's gotta be more like this. Hi, video editing Haley here. What unscripted Haley was talking about was what Michael Page said the meaning of the pink, purple, and blue colors were, according to Wikipedia. And I quote, "The pink color represents sexual attraction to the same sex only, gay and lesbian. The blue represents sexual attraction to the opposite sex only, straight. And the resultant overlap color purple represents sexual attraction to both sexes, bi." Emphasis on overlap. And what unscripted Haley meant by doesn't work in this color space is that if you overlap 2 colored pieces of cellophane, the resulting overlap is darker than either of the individual colors. And it's the same thing with paint, so the middle being the same brightness or brighter doesn't actually lend itself to the symbolism. He also cited an earlier symbol called the biangles, which were designed by Liz Nania. I'm not sure which pronunciation is correct. And unscripted Haley's gonna revisit this concept later. How can I incorporate that triangle idea into the flag? Let me just make a small scale. Why does my home Wi-Fi network do this? Basically, this is what I got while I was so rudely interrupted by the Wi-Fi network not working. So I took the motif of the overlapping triangles. Michael Page designed the bisexual flag, taking after this older two triangles overlapping symbol. But since he constrained himself to horizontal stripes only, the overlap symbolism is kind of lost on us. At least it was lost on me. I don't know if other people knew this middle one was supposed to be an overlap instead of like a third middle ground in a gradient, you know? So I bought the triangles back in, but I made the triangles white and the overlap gray. So the whole thing kind of looks like a bee. And I took the overlap idea using more colors that are like lighter and more vibrant, and then in the middle one it's darker so that it looks like these two areas are overlapping. You still might not like see that it's an overlap until I tell you, but the left part kind of suggests that. And here are the cropped versions. Triangles never remind me of the Nepal flag. Yeah, kinda. I mean, biangles over here. Basically wants to be a freeform Nepal. Actually, when you rotate it like this, it looks like a streaming service logo. And onto the transgender flag. As a transgender person, I feel like this does not represent me, which is a problem that I intend to fix today. I don't think light blue is actually a masculine color. I feel like light blue is more like unisex. Put a little in your inbox. I refuse. Okay, it doesn't show me what exactly the flag looks like, but I'm assuming it's this mess. This f***ing mess in the top here. Intersex is not, like, the same thing. Like, it's just disrespectful to confuse trans people with intersex people, you know? Like, Caster Semenya would like to have a word with you. Okay, so, mainly the problem I have with the current transgender flag is how babyish the colors are. I feel like this flag needs a bit more I have fucking had it in it. I actually have an idea for what the stripes should look like. Do you see what I'm cooking? Kind of asymmetrical. Which is why I'll try to redraw it again. Netherlands. Okay, maybe the colors are similar. Yeah, these are the colors of the Netherlands. To be fair, the Netherlands are like the original tricolor, so they have this three-colored flag thing down. Perfect. Like, it's their thing. I wonder if I can symbolize the transition in a more nicer looking way. Let's go over to draft this again. I want to symbolize some kind of crossing over to the other side. The obvious symbol would be something like that. As with a lot of things I do not know. Why does the overlap shape tool suck so bad? I might actually kind of like this idea. When you were making the stripes, I thought you were going Maryland flag mode. Let me look up. Oh, that one. You know, that might be a fun that might be a fun flag. I actually kind of like Maryland's flag. Like, it's beautiful chaos. Why is it doing this? I think this design has promise, but I don't know what you guys think. Yeah, this is pretty busy. I thought of a concept where it's like, it's dark and then it flips and then it's a light. I feel like it's not bad symbolism at all, but it's much too busy for my goals. This is a bit more readable idea. Some yin and yang, black and white, yeah. Exactly. I feel like this might be a better executed version of that, but it still looks like some ancestry thing, or like a corporate logo. I kind of wanted to symbolize that it's in our genes. Overall, I feel like this is actually the better idea, but I think I'm actually kind of going with the Maryland idea. So that's the idea with the diagonal stripes. I might kind of tweak it so that there's like a space in the middle. But now the problem is how to color the middle. You could go the bi route and do this, or go like a non-binary flag and do that. The aim is kind of to make the colors so like common and generic that you can't conclude anything from just the colors, you know? Actually, there might just be like one flip, or looks pretty cool, but I feel like it's kind of too busy. It's the same with a lot of these other designs, but I feel like I might want to simplify this design. I might actually just keep multiple ideas for the trans flag because I cannot decide on one. Actually, this idea of the transgender flag started looking like Pepsi. Let's just, I think I might like this idea better. Yeah, I like the colors I picked for that other idea, so let's just use those colors to try to differentiate it from Pepsi. I like the simplicity of this idea, but let's see if I can add a bit more complexity without ruining the design. Okay, I came up with this design. So the rigid line that's really thin turns 90 degrees and then goes back into normal life with a wider range of variation. I can't help but think that this looks like really 70s, 80s electronics. Yeah, once again, I feel like there is a lot to desired, a lot of creativity to be unloaded onto the canvas of pride flags, you know. They all look pretty samey, and I want to change that, you know. Let's, The symbolism is meaningful, I think. Idea 3 kinda looks like a transit system symbol. Like maybe some metro network would have this. Design is like a community thing. What looks good to one person might look like absolute trash to another person. In fact, that principle is why I'm designing a new trans flag. I like these colors because the blue and red are the traditional like male and female colors, you know, but the specific shades of them could be like inverted. Like this could be like, you know, this red might be lipstick red or might be velvet sports team red, and this blue might be like boy color or girl color, you know. Maybe if I turn the blue into more like a Tiffany kind of blue. Tiffany and coat teal. How would the rounded one look with the second shade of each color? The light blue, the light red? Maybe that's what we'll try next. The left one will keep strictly binary. This is what it would look like. This looks like it's saying gender is a spectrum and I'm shooting it in a beam right now. This is slightly busy. Understatement of the year. So, how do you like your idea made real? Looks interesting, don't mind it. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go with idea 3. I like idea 1 too, but like, let's just update the colors and see what I think then. Yeah, I feel like idea 1 is more fitting for like a wallpaper. Idea 3 is my favorite. Okay, let's get back to the LGBT symbol. I've actually had this idea before of taking one color from each of the LGBT and T flags and combining them into a unifying symbol. And this is basically the symbol that I came up with. So, lesbian, gay, and bisexual, and trans in the middle. And it's not a stripe because it's not a sexuality like the other 3. But it's just there to symbolize that it's still a part of the alliance. Like, it stands independently, but it would not exist without the other 3 in the background. I feel like there's a bit of tweaking to be done, like the size of the circle, but this is pretty much finished already. I just, what do you think? Would you fly the new toned down LGBT flag? With blue on the bottom, it kind of looks like a landscape. Blue on the bottom, it looks like a landscape. Blue on top, it kind of also looks like a landscape, but personally I like blue on the bottom. But I don't know, I'm just biased. I actually have a plan for a non-binary specific flag and a gender non-conforming flag, though by no means does it mean gender non-conforming is part of LGBT necessarily, but I feel like it's like a prominent enough thing that it deserves its own flag, you know? So the whole thing about gender non-conforming is that there's the gender binary, and gender non-conforming people are breaking it. So there's your gender binary, and here's that breakthrough. Looks like the Czech Republic or the Philippines, but I feel like this is a cool representation of the idea of gender nonconformity. Video editing Haley again. I would later go on to tweak the colors so that it matches the trans flags that I made. The original looked too much like the Philippines. So this is the commonly accepted non-binary flag, but what I want to know is, why is the number of stripes a power of 2? That's some of the powers of 2 are the most binary numbers out there. So I want to know why. So I feel like there deserves to be a less binary non-binary flag. I wonder if what I'm saying even makes sense. Yeah, the Wario and Waluigi colors are distinct enough. Let's keep them. Like, I want the non-binary flag to be ternary, not binary. So I'm gonna work it out in a grid of 3s. What do you think about this for the non-binary flag? It's wavy now. That doesn't look like binary, right? There are still 4 stripes in total, but I like this idea too. Make it a bit asymmetrical to make it look less binary. Okay, that's all the flags I wanted to make today. If you want to skip to the conclusion, skip to this timestamp. If you want to listen to me present my resulting flags, just keep watching. Either way, you'll see some more of Scripted Haley. Scripted Haley back here to present my results. I've adjusted the colors of the rainbow flag to make the brightness gradient less jarring, making it more appealing to the eyes. I've also restricted its meaning to Pride Parade, because I for one do not want to gather attention and stand out like this multicolor does because of my inextricable, unchosen aspects. I've also created a separate LGBT flag that has muted colors. 1 pink stripe for lesbians, 1 blue stripe for the gay men, 1 purple stripe for bisexuals, and the white disc for transgender people. L, G, B, and T sharing the same fabric in harmony, together flying towards progress. I kept the gay and lesbian flags color schemes because I liked how they provided symmetry with each other, but I knew that the stripes would have to stop being straight. They instead curl around and form a circle, a symbol of unity, intimacy, and togetherness. They are much more distinctive and identifiable than the old 5 or 7 color gradient. The blue and green stand for the different kinds of gay men, from twink to bear, and the magenta and orange stand for the different kinds of lesbians, from butch to femme. For the new bisexual flag, I incorporated the biangles motif that the original bisexual flag's designer got the colors from, and played up the overlap angle that was originally intended. The twin peaks together form a stylized B, and between the peaks is a darker purple, where the pink and blue overlap. Though I'd like to slightly reinterpret the meaning of the colors. Pink for attraction to women, blue for attraction to men, their overlap purple for attraction to androgynous people, and the white and gray for the malleability of the concept of bisexuality. If any 2 of them overlap, you're bisexual. The trans flag is the only one of my new ones to ignore the existing flag. The new transgender flag is on a black background, symbolizing the cold, dark, and unforgiving outside world. On the hoist is the start of the journey, with a rigid male-female binary. Then the 2 stripes twist over to the other side and spread out with a new white stripe in the middle. A double meaning between non-binary gender and hope for the future. These specific shades of red and blue were chosen to be ambiguously gendered. While non-binary people belong inside the transgender category, they get a redesigned flag too. Instead of a flag that has 2 times 2 stripes, here's a flag that is asymmetrical, with 3 curved regions on either side. The recognizable yellow and purple color scheme is still intact. Being transgender, I've seen firsthand the erasure, invalidation, and other types of oppression done to gender non-conforming people in the name of trans rights. They deserve to be praised for their ability and desire to break down rigid gender norms, not be conflated with trans people nor shunned for resisting the narrative that all gender non-conforming people are trans eggs in denial. I'd like to name these brave GNC people diplomorph, from the Greek roots for dual in form, and their invalidation, diplophobia. The gender non-conforming flag is a white pile that breaks the blue and red gender binary in half. The white represents purity, how they lack the kinds of impure ulterior motive, unlike the stereotypical trap. These are my new set of pride flags that I can be proud of. So why did I do this? Yes, it's because I hate pride flags, but if that were all I felt, I wouldn't care about providing my insight to make them better. Because honestly, I care a lot about the rights of LGBT people. Same-sex marriage deserves to be legally recognized. Every transgender person deserves relief from the gender dysphoria that comes with being transgender. Every intersex or gender non-conforming cis person deserves to be left alone from harassment claiming that they're trans in denial. And every one of us, LGBT or not, deserves a symbol that we can rally behind, an emblem of hope and belonging, where we fight oppression and abnormalization from the outside and invalidation and radicalization from the inside. A good symbol brings forth more pride, unity, and inspiration than a mediocre one. I care about how pride flags look because I care about what they stand for. I now have some symbols that I can call my own, symbols that represent an inextricable part of myself and my identity. If I had enough room and money, the walls of my bedroom would be graced with the rising sun, my prefecture flag, my simplified city flag, the twin piles, the red teal helix, and the LGBT flag that I can salute towards and kneel under. As Arthur C. Clarke said, there's hopeful symbolism in the fact that flags do not wave in a vacuum. So please, wave these flags if you feel my same frustration of being erased and exoticized, if you agree with my disdain of the pride flags and pride parades of today, if you're fed up with the increasingly unhelpful performativity of LGBT activism. I've been Haley, and this has been another instance of me channeling my anger towards productive activities. See ya!